Hey YouTubers, this is Chelsea Malfoy and this is my realistic cookie polymer clay tutorial. We're going to be making this. It's got chocolate chips on the back. So the first thing you'll need is tan clay. I'm using Sculpey 3 tan, or you can use anything that is generally tan colored. It doesn't have to be Sculpey 3. And then you'll need brown clay for the chocolate chips, and you'll need either chalk, or I use old makeup. You'll need a blade, and you'll need either a toothbrush or some tin foil or anything that you like to use for texturing, some eye pins, and a brush. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is get out a little bit of brown clay, or you could use white if you would like white chocolate chips, and you roll it out into a snake and then bake it. It's very important that you bake it before you actually make your cookie. That way it won't stick. So this is already pre-baked, and then you take your blade and you cut little chocolate chips out. Whatever size you want, whatever, it doesn't really matter because they'll be underneath the clay anyways. So now that you've got all your chocolate chips, you will need your tan clay. So, take whatever amount you want to make, as big as your cookie, and then you soften it and, play with it and condition it so it's nice and moldable. A little less than that. And what's great about this is, since it's a realistic cookie, not all realistic cookies are perfectly round. So, it doesn't really matter if you texture it, or like roll it out so it's completely perfect, because this crack that's in here will even look good for a realistic cookie. So you can tell the color difference between the tan clay and the already done one. So you just mold it into a generally round shape. Like I said before, it doesn't really, matter if you want to make it super realistic. And then you basically take your chocolate chips, your baked brown clay, and just smush it into the clay. You can make it super chocolatey, or, only a few strategically placed ones, whatever you want to do. And I like to do front and back because, a lot of the time when I have necklaces that have only one thing on the front and it accidentally gets flipped over, it still looks really cute on the back. So only a couple for the back. And then now it's texturing time. So I like to use my old toothbrush. I think it's best. So I basically just, poke and stab at the clay. And chocolate chips everywhere. Alright, there we go. And you want to make sure you get all of it, the sides, the back, and the front. Oop. then see how like some chocolate chips are partially covered? That's what makes it look super realistic. See how right now it doesn't have any of the powder on it, and it basically looks like cookie dough. Like, I want to eat it, even though I know it's poisonous, but yeah. I love cookie dough. I love cooking with dough more than I like cookies themselves. But yeah, so you can use your little bit of tin foil if you want it like super textured. Just roll it around. See how the back got a little flat? You gotta go back over it. Sorry if there's any background noise. My parents have their friend over. This isn't exact science. It's just like cookie baking. Like, you know, you don't have to make them perfect. So once you have the texture done, you'll need your brush and whatever you want to use for to make it baked, which I'm using some old eyeshadow. And I like to use, you know, you can just use normal, like, one color. I think that's what I did with the original one. But if you can, you know, get even more detailed and use, like, the different colors. So I'm just going to go with this. And the thing about cookies is when you bake them, it's only the outside, the perimeter of the cookie that actually gets, like, the burnt-ish, you know, baked part. And some people that do it on the middle, it ends up looking like a pancake, because when you cook pancakes in a pan, it's just the middle that gets brown, unlike, you know, besides the outside. So this is very important if you want to make it look like a realistic cookie. So you pretty much, you know, brush it on. And I like to do, like I said, the front and the back. It looks better that way. Don't forget the sides. Use a little bit of a lighter color in places too. And now, at this point, it's all up to you whether you want to use an eye pin or a head pin. This one is an eye pin because you can see through it with your eye, and this one's a head pin because it has a head on it. My original one, I had used a head pin. You kind of can't really tell, but there's the head. And then I just put it straight through, and when I baked it, and then after, I trimmed off the excess and curled it using my like wire cutter plier combination thing. So from this point on, this is the way I did the head pin, and the eye pin, you know, you just put it in like normal. And after this, you can bake it, and you can, you know, keep it plain like this if you want to, or you can glaze it like I did. And the glaze makes it shiny, which kind of, you know, doesn't make it as realistic because normal cookies aren't really shiny. So you can keep it, you know, matte like this. But me, for personal, like, it looks more professional when it's glazed. So thank you for watching. Please remember to comment and tell me how you like this tutorial and if you'd like any others. And let me know if you liked it or not. Thank you. Bye.